Hello and welcome to Farming Simulator 2013. I know 2015 is coming out soon. I have a pre-order on Steam already. I'm going to be playing on Hagenstedt, but if you didn't guess from the horseshoe sitting there and the horseshoe sitting there, it's not quite the Hagenstedt you might be used to if you've played the game. So this is going to be kind of episode 0. We're just gonna have a look around the map and see what's different. So I'm just gonna pick up these 2 horseshoes on the way and hop into the General Lee. I would say I'm playing on an Xbox 360 pad, so you might get some weird camera issues at times. Also, I need to edit that startup sequence because it's far too long. Off we go then. So the first thing you'll notice is these fields are now grass, and there's a lot more storage here. A lot more. And it's been altered quite dramatically. So we've got all the standard fruits are on this map: wheat, barley, corn, canola, potatoes and sugar beets. If we go over here, pig mods have been installed. I have picked up all the equipment I'm going to need. I have all the DLCs as well, which is why the Marshall slurry spreader and manure spreader are sitting there. This is just a gigantic bale storage barn, which I'm probably never going to use. There's storage here for silage, grass, hay and mixed rations. Essentially a BGA over there. Now I'm going to bring it around. Cows have been moved as well, so they're over at the main farm. There is no place to sell silage here, but I kind of plan on having a lot of cows, so this is probably going to get a lot of use. I'm going to try and play on just this map until 2015 comes out at the end of October, and we'll see how that goes. This is, like I said, it's Hagenstedt, but not as you know it. I'm going to bring you up to where the sheep and cows were, because also the chickens have been moved because where they were is now the pigs. I'm going to bring you up to where the sheep and cows were. Most of this map hasn't been changed. Most of the Hagenstedt itself hasn't been changed too dramatically. Bring up to the sheep first. As you can see, some of the grass has been removed completely. And this General Lee is actually quite good. There's a reason I'm using it, and it's for its speed. And you'll see why in a little while. It's very necessary. The sheep have been moved, and in their place is just... I would kind of wish the map maker had done something here that was interesting instead of just kind of, oh, well, let's just flatten out this area a bit and put some grass there. Essentially do nothing else. I would have liked to see kind of storage or an extra field around here, but I can't really complain too much. Would have been nice though. I don't know where all the horseshoes are in this map because they have been moved from the default, so I might try and do that over the course of the next couple of months as well, just look for all the horseshoes. The mill is still the mill. All of the sell points are the same, except for the tier fract, which is a new one. It's a butcher shop, a butchery. There's also a garden centre I've just noticed. I don't know where that is. I believe you still sell your wool here. Yes, you can still sell the wool here, but that's going to be an adventure when there's wool to sell, and you'll see why. So here's where the cows used to be. Instead of where they were, and I like this, there is now a little pasture. I know there's not much editing involved in that, but still, it's nice to see that there was something done to this area other than just kind of, oh, the cows are gone, there's just a big blank area. Next up, I'm going to bring you over to where the BGA usually is. You can also see sometimes, you can see kind of this generally does get dirty quite quickly. And it's actually quite hard to control, if I'm being honest. But if you can get used to it, it's quite good. Try not to drive on fields because it's got those weird tires that mark up everywhere. You start off with a few extra fields in this. You have field 13 down there, down over there. You get, is it 21 and 22 over here? 20 and 21? Oh, I've spoiled. The map's gone weird. Yeah, this whoever made this is an evil genius, I believe, because I always kind of thought Hagenstedt was a bit small, and I know that's slightly insane to be saying. So you start off with these two fields here, which is, it's really nice. I have planted this one up, I believe, with wheat, unless something went wrong. As you can see, I've been playing this map for a little while just to get... All I've done is buy equipment and fertilize all the fields that we own. And they're not the only fields that we own, trust me. These are the smaller fields on the map now. Even field 40, which was the biggest in Hagenstedt, is one of the smaller ones. So, coming around here, the N has been moved. I didn't notice that before, but the camping site and the golf course are still in the same places. Here's where the BJ was, and that entrance was taken away. Still learning about the map, apparently. But the BJ has been moved, and I'll show you where it is once we get onto the extension. And it is quite a dramatic extension. I believe, and I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is the butcher's, or the slaughterhouse. The name of this map, by the way, is Hagenstedt Vorfach. It's just a 4x, a 4x edit of Hagenstedt. Can I come down here to get to? Yes. I'm just gonna come along the bottom of, well, the top of Hagenstedt itself, and there is a bridge, quite a large bridge. That bridge will lead us into the extension. This generally is a bit, it's a bit airy, to say the least. So, coming along, I crash. Coming along here, you will see a bloody huge field. It's field 44. I think it's the first field in the extension. And it's gigantic. It is absolutely massive. We don't own it yet, and I'm not going to do anything with it until we do, because I would like this to be fertilized before I do anything with it. I'll probably be doing a lot of off-camera work on this map, just because of the size. But yeah, we will be owning field 44 in the future, and one of the limitations I'm going to set myself is I'm only allowed to do silage with corn. And that might seem a bit arbitrary, but, well, here's the BGA, and you'll see why that's a good limitation. So, here are 4 bunkers, and the sell point over there. There's a nice bit of storage there. Realistically, a bit of storage over here. And, oh dear. Oh dear. There's 8 other bunkers. This BGA has 12 bunkers. And I think they're all 300,000. Or sorry, 600,000. The same as the normal BGA. I'm going to turn off the hood. See, the issue here is, if I was using grass, I could fill all of these fairly easily. I'm going to limit myself to corn just so that there is a limitation. And I'm going to try and only fill these 4. Because 2.4 million litres of silage being sold is enough without another 4.8. That's assuming live maths is okay. Yeah. You don't really need to sell 7 million litres of silage. Again, live maths, don't know if it's right. If it's not, who cares? Probably a lot of you. I'm going to come along this road here. You can see that this extension is massive, and unfortunately, for some bizarre reason, none of the icons on the PDA are correct. The PDA is just plain wrong, but loading up Courseplay, because I do have it installed, it says there's 74 fields, and there's field 74. A lot of the fields in Hagenstedt you'd think were big, but when you see this map, you realise how small Hagenstedt really is when compared to a 4X. Field 43 here is... I mean, it looks the same size as Field 40. Is it Field 40 is usually the biggest? Yes, Field 40 on normal Hagenstedt, but that is not the size of Field 40. That is quite a lot bigger. Field 52 over here we own. It's planted in canola. Yes, we do actually have sugar beets and potatoes planted already, as well as some barley and some wheat. Now, when I was setting up, I gave myself, I think it was a $500,000 loan to get a potato potato harvester, the big one, because there's a horseshoe back here. Like I said, don't know where the horseshoes are. I thought that the potatoes were planted at the main farm. Another horseshoe. The interesting thing is, I don't know how many horseshoes are on this map, and I don't know what happens if you collect all 100. I'm presuming all 100. I think... Good lord, there's another one. I am going to try and collect them all. I think, and I'm not sure, that the same thing happens on this map as happens in normal Hagenstedt, where you get the rainbow and yada 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 blah blah blah. But I don't know if it works. I don't know if many things on this map work. Where am I going? Is this bringing me around the right way, or is it bringing me off in a weird direction? It's bringing me off in a weird direction. I'm going to cut through the trees, because I want to show you the second farm. If I'm right, and I hope I am, because this would be a royal pain if I'm not. As you can, there's the tire tracks on the General Lee, by the way. If I'm right, and I hope I am, the storage on both farms are linked, so you can store both from filling up one. If not, I'm going to have an absolute ton of Courseplay courses. I'm going to try and do as much as I possibly can manually, but when you've got something this size and so many fields and so much equipment, manual isn't an option when it gets this big. So this is the second farm here, and again, for some reason they decided to have full storage here as well. It's just the sheep farm, so realistically I'll be storing a lot of grass. I think they're linked as well. This is linked to the one on what I would consider the main farm. Either one is the main farm, depending on how you want to do it. And I'll be focusing on getting all of these fields in normal Hagenstedt before I try and tackle the extension. Now I'm playing it on normal, and I do have some sheep. I have... how many sheep do I have? Turn on animal hod. I have 30 sheep, and I've filled them up with some grass, and I filled up the pigs with water, and luckily the free water from the river thing still works. I will admit I was a bit crazy in how I gave the sheep some grass. There's the potato harvester, by the way. I drove a Profi hopper from the store, which is the same store that's in the normal map. I drove the Profi hopper all the way from... I can use courseplay to help. All the way from here up and around to here. That was not a fun experience. I'm going to turn the HUD back on, and you can see now that I am actually using an Xbox controller because it's giving me all the Xbox controller prompts. I'll turn that off as well. Yeah, if you're getting a Profi hopper on this map for the sheep, please get a transport trailer. It took me something silly like 20 minutes just to get it up here. And then I started mowing the grass. Some of this grass can't be mowed, which is really annoying. So this is all potatoes in here. I don't know why there's some... I don't know why some of it hasn't apparently grown fully. Well, it's not all grown fully anyway, so I'm going to have to wait until... I'll have to wait until it's fully grown before I can do anything. Which is fun. So, oh, one more thing, and this is going to be the bane of my existence. This map has the traffic lights mod. If you break the traffic lights, go through a red one, you get a $350 fine instantly. I've accumulated about $2,000 in fines already, just setting this map up. Because I was going over and back to the shop with one of the tractors. Trying to get all the equipment into position all around the farmyard. And I'm gonna try and keep it all relatively in the same positions, because I've got some semblance of organisation going on. You're probably wondering, what is the giant sand pit on the map? The answer is it's not a sand pit. Whoever made/edited this map, and I do have manual ignition installed as well, obviously. Whoever edited this map decided, you know what, Hagenstedt needs a random lake. I don't know why he did it. I don't know why it's here. I don't know why it's on top of a mountain. I think it's supposed to be an extinct volcano. The thing that really confuses me is, how did all the sand get here? Especially up here where it's flat. That doesn't make sense to me. You can kind of see the brush strokes, which it's a bit disappointing, really. I'm gonna go back to Hagenstedt itself. I'm gonna count this area as kind of the county of Hagen, or whatever. I'm gonna just hop the mountains because it's such a long drive. Such a long drive to try and get back from there. There is a path through the mountains that comes out over there somewhere, but meh. I'm gonna bring you back to the farmyard and show you what equipment we will begin with. You've already seen the Grimmy potato harvester and the Profi hopper, and small glimpses of some of the other stuff. Now, I've been a bit crazy. I've got a lot of fields and a lot of material to bring in the very near future. I only have one combine harvester. I only have 2 trailers. I have 3 tractors, but 2 trailers to bring all of this material in. And they're not big trailers, so it's going to be a fun experience at the start, and the light's just gone red. Yeah, one thing I'm going to do I turned off traffic before, and I obviously haven't turned it on enough. Is that another horseshoe? Nope, just some weird lighting artifacts. That does look like a horseshoe though. I turned off traffic before, and I put the density to 0.1, which apparently means that the traffic just doesn't exist. So, in between this and episode 1 proper, I'll be I'll be upping the traffic just to add to the fun, because I'm insane. So back to the farm, and I'm really glad that this is the reason I chose the General Lee to do this intro video. It's just so fast. So we have New Holland TF78 harvester. We have a really old, really small forage harvester for when we get the cornfield. We have 2 grain trailers and 2 silage trailers. We have 3 Fords. We have all 2 8340s, 94 and 97. We have a 6640 front loader. We have 2 Solar Euro Sam Cedars. I'm gonna hop back into the General Lee and bring you around over here. We have a mix station on the farm, which is awesome. We have the Joskin water trailer for watering the pigs, and in between this and episode 1 I will fill that bunker with water. I might also take some grain out of the silos and just fill up the pigs with that as well. We have Marshall slurry spreader, Marshall muck spreader. I was debating what kind of tether to get, because I'm going to do proper straw, or proper hay, and I decided to get the smallest one in the game, which is probably a bit insane. We have the large chrome rig from NI Modding. At least I think it's NI Modding. Apologies if it's... I can check. It is from... It is from NI Modding. We have the Chrome Turbo 2500 from Giants, our mod hub, and we have, at present, I will be upgrading this, Kverneland KD240F and the Kverneland KD240. These will be upgraded as time goes on, and I do have a really nice big M mod that I want to use in the future for mowing. There are a few clipping issues with this General Lee, by the way. The back goes way in. Does the front go in? A small bit. So yeah, I'm going to be playing on Hagenstedt 4-fac because I am a moron and crazy. Part of me was debating doing an MR series, but I've dropped that idea since. And I'm going to age this video right now and say, today the first in-game screenshots of Farm Sim were released, the new Farm Sim 15, and my god, the UI looks terrible. Some of the details that have been announced are really good. I mean, everybody wants washable stuff. This General Lee is washable, so I'm actually going to go over and wash it now. All the vehicles and implements are washable, which is awesome. Almost none of the default stuff from 2013 is going to be in 2015, which again is kind of cool because, I mean, bringing out the same stuff 2 games in a row is, I know it's iteration, but at the same time you do kind of get tired of it. But having almost all new equipment is awesome. the weights and wheels will be branded finally. You can see this isn't a very high poly model. Good lord, look at the polys. The weights and wheels will be branded, so we'll have branded tires, branded weights, a lot of New Holland stuff. The power washer that's been announced, the brand hasn't been announced, but I have a sneaking suspicion of what the brand will be. And the two maps have been named. One, the Norwegian map, I can't remember the name, but the other one kind of caught me by surprise, because the second map they're going to be using in 2015 is Westbridge Hills. They're just re-releasing the titanium map. Which, alright, yeah, titanium is a really good add-on, but at the same time, you couldn't come up with two original maps. You come on, Giants. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a modified and updated version of Westbridge Hills, but come on, Giants, give us new stuff. Yeah, we've got New Holland and primarily new equipment, but a lot of the so-called new equipment is just going to be the titanium DLC. I mean, when Giants talk about new equipment, they mean new to the vanilla game without DLCs. Really don't like this bit of it. So yeah, expect a lot of titanium edition stuff to be in Farm Sim 15. And a pickup truck. If you have titanium and Farm Sim 14 for mobile, you more or less know what's going to be in Farm Sim 15. I mean, New Holland stuff basically means the balers will be rebranded, and from what I've seen, the round bales won't be 7 foot anymore. They won't be the big 1.8 meter bales. You know, the big bales that we're used to from the Comprom V180. It looks like they're more McHale sized bales, or Ursus sized bales, which is, it's a nice difference. And the square bales, if you've seen the screenshots, look just amazing. They look furry and fuzzy and like actual bales. And I'm looking forward to the game, but the UI is, it looks like Windows 8 and it's not nice. And I wish Giants would change it before the release. I mean, it's just something that I would rather not see. 2015 logging, I don't know. I've tried the Forest mod. I wasn't really a big fan of it, to be honest. The Forest mod, I found a load of clipping problems, a load of errors with it, and if they were fixed, yeah, it'd be great. And I'm hoping that 2015 doesn't have those issues and has really good forestry. But I'm worried that it's just going to be the Forest mod in 2015 with some different vehicles. That really worries me. Hopefully it's not. Anyway, I've been nattering on for damn near half an hour, so I'm going to fill up the water on the pigs and get the harvester and tractor set up for probably field 13 because it's the closest one, and get yeah, I'm gonna get the tractor harvester set up over there for field 13, and just for a bit of fun I'll drive the harvester, because that won't end in disaster at all. Be prepared to laugh in episode 1. Yeah, hopefully episode 1 will be coming out in a couple of hours from when this is released, or it could be out tomorrow. I'll be recording it almost immediately after this. All I need to do really is water the pigs and ensure everything has fuel, which is going to be a real issue on this map. One of my first purchases is going to be a fuel Bowser. It's going to have to be. I will see you in episode 1.